Hey, good morning, guys. Not quite sure what this video is going to entail, but got a bunch of different things to do today, and figured I'd just keep the cameras rolling and see what we can make of it. Alright, so we're headed over to the crawler compound. I'll show you what I got going on over there. I've kind of been slacking on building my scale town and stuff. The weeds are growing up, so I'm probably going to end up weed whacking a bunch of that today. And while we're over there, I want to show you the new vehicle that I got. I'm going to grab the keys for the old, well, I say the old, for the newest vehicle I own, the 2005 Hyundai Santa Fe. One second here, we're gonna go into the cave. Keys. So when I got this, the motor was actually stuck, and by the grace of God, I got it unstuck. It didn't really take that much, but I just got underneath there with a socket and a breaker bar right on the crank. Here it is, not bad for $400 all in. The interior ain't bad in this thing. The only problem is the mice, as usual with any old car. It sat for like 2 years from what I understand. But I took a panel off down in here, and as you can see, that's all mouse droppings and whatever they decided to bring in here to eat. And underneath the carpet, it's just saturated with piss and droppings. So as the usual norm with any car that's been sitting out in the field is, we will be stripping it down. I can't drive with that stink in here. There's no real good way to get it out. I sprayed the heck out of this thing, different stuff, and it just, you know. All right, so I'm gonna pop the hood and I'll show you under the engine, and we'll get this thing started. I want you guys to hear it run. All right, the negative terminal was busted on this, so I made this kind of clamp deal here. It actually works pretty good. Let's get that down there tight enough to start it. Not worried about it too much. You see the mouse debris. I hate the mice. Clean the air cleaner out. That was packed full. But yeah. For having started with a stuck motor in this thing, wait till you hear it run. The other issue, the safety neutral switch or park switch, whatever you want to call it, is a little goofy. So you wiggle that, there we go, fired right up. So I'd rather not spend too much money at all on this thing. Hopefully you can hear that. It runs, it's perfect. A little bit of fresh gas. Honest to God, sits there and idles. Throttle's perfectly responsive. Purrs like a kid. All right, we're gonna go for a ride around the field in this thing. The brakes are nasty on this. I actually, oh, driver's window didn't want to work. It's working now. Anyway, the e-brakes were totally seized up, and everything's pitted and rusted to hell. And the calipers were seized in the back a little bit too. I freed all that stuff up. So they're grinding away now. I'm actually gonna, well, I guess it needs brakes all the way around. But here we are, we're driving down through the field. I'm pretty happy with this thing. So what I'm thinking about doing with this rig is outfitting it with a rooftop tent. Wow, actually, how did I not notice that? This thing has a freaking sunroof. Check it out. Where's the buttons for this? Let's see if it works. This is probably a bad idea, but we're gonna do it anyway. Let's tilt the back. Look at that. Wicked. Gaskets are all nice. Seems to close real tight. Let's see here. Oh yeah. I've never had something so newfangled and cool. I guess this is what they call creature comforts. I'm really not looking to spend a whole lot of money on this thing right now, especially you got to see whether it's going to hold up and actually do the job for us. Make sure everything runs good and the motor doesn't pop on it, which I don't think is going to be the case. I think it's actually going to make a decent rig. Lots of cargo room. I got carpets ripped up and stuff right now. They're going to be cleaned up, but yeah, for a real cheap beater rig, you can't complain. And check this out. CV axles and pretty actually substantial diff for a car like this, you know? I think it is anyway. It definitely is a pretty decent running car for 400 bucks, man. I'm tickled to death about this thing. We get this thing parked up here and be on to the next thing in the day in the life of Ryan. Shaping up to be a really nice day today, and we've had a lot of rain recently. This is the first decent, warm, sunshiny day that we've had. I think I'm going to take full advantage of that and get some weed whacking done at the crawler compound. Prepare to start, you know, putting some buildings and things in and at least get a game plan going. So all right, so what I have behind me here is an old Honda commercial push mower that I've got. I got it for next to nothing years and years ago. The throttle cable's broken on it, but I have it locked at a spot where it's the perfect RPM for mowing. So as long as you get it choked right and everything else, and you, with any luck and a little bit of doctoring, this thing should fire right up. Might have to give it a little bit of ether. Smell the varnish from here without the cap off. So I was gonna clean the tank out off camera and stuff, but I said to hell with it. We're just gonna go for it. I just don't feel like doing it. Spilling gas everywhere. Put some fresh gas in and maybe throw a little bit of seafoam or something in there. I should have done that first, actually. Let's see what happens. Hopefully we don't need any mechanic in a can. Full choke. I think the starters wore out. Maybe I spoke too soon. This thing always started. All of that's got to be weed whacked and mowed down. haven't gotten anything done with trails or anything, so it's just all grass right now. It really is kind of a pain in the butt to take care of. So I really got to get my act together and start building trails and putting the town in. Last year was a strange year for me, so I'm trying to get caught up on things and life in general. So with any luck, this summer I'm going to do a whole bunch more of the scale village and, like I said, the trails. Throw together like an actual crawler course. I've got somewhat of a start of one up in the corner over there. I've got a couple videos where we ran some stuff on there, like the Glande 2, and I had the heavy Chevy on it a little bit. I'm gonna get back home, take a shower. There's definitely poison ivy and all sorts of things in this grass out here. So I'm gonna get cleaned up. We'll head on down the road to our next event. Not sure what that is yet. Maybe the Harley. I don't know. Gotta get this poison ivy off me first, and then I can think straight. Well guys, that's it for me. I'm gonna do a little target practice with the Henry 22 and call it a day. Till next time.